G'day friends, welcome to the very first digital download day of Playtest Patreon. I still want to thank you for joining because I see the numbers going up and honestly a part of me thinks, oh well, they're going to go down by the end of the week, like don't get used to it. And then I think, well no, everyone's here for a month at least, so I'm just going to sit in that and let it wash away all of my anxieties for now. But it's, yeah, I'm really excited and I can't wait to share with you these digital downloads today. This month we have collage sheets and there's actually 5. I'm going to spill the tea here. I was a little confused at how to approach this because it doesn't really make sense when I have, and I've said this before in a video, but it doesn't make sense when I have an Etsy store that sells a collage sheet for $15 per sheet to have any more than one. But I did want to jump into this playtest and really experience what my fellow creators go through on Patreon and what it's like to give the full experience. So I didn't think I'd be able to make very, well-rounded thoughts and opinions at the end of this if I kind of skipped my way through it and bent it to suit me. I would absolutely do that in the future, but for now I really just want to offer you the full experience that I think you regularly get from other people. I can't say for sure because I don't really know, but from what I gather on social media and from what I see on the rewards tiers, there's a lot of value you get for joining the Patreon, so that's what we're getting today. But yeah, so that was a little hard to reconcile with myself. Having said that, I have let that go because this is all about the experience and really getting a well-rounded idea of how it all works. So I've got 5 collage sheets for you today. 4 are for the Oliver Patrick and the Bianca Sophia tier, and 1 of them will go out to everyone and you'll see why at the end. But I'm not going to go into too much detail about these because I do have a journal with me using all of these collage sheets at the end of the week. A big fun session where I just go through where everything comes from, what other ideas I might want to use for it. I love collage sheets because it's a great way to reuse, recycle, refresh old artworks that you really do enjoy. And I like to put the ones on there that I know I'm going to use. I don't think about commercial viability at all, which may be a bad thing. But when I'm creating the collage sheets, I truly am creating little sheets of inspiration for me to have new bursts of creativity. So I'm not typically worried if things don't match or if things look out of place. If I've got a use for it, other people will have a use for it. They'll all be different, they'll all be great. So this is the first sheet here. I've named it Playtest Patreon Collage Sheet 1, which I was struggling to name these. I'm not gonna lie, I've been really torn. I'd like to go fake French, but I just thought I'd keep it simple. This is a bunch of stuff that I have. I put the logo on here just because I know we like to document our lives and our experiences, and I thought since you're all on this playtest with me, this might be something you want to put in your journal or your planner. I left it black and white so you could color it in or color match it to your page. This is the A1 photo sticker paper from Japan. I'll leave a link to this down below. I use it in my photo sticker tutorial on YouTube. I love this paper because any gloss stock will print clearer and more vibrant than your regular, printer paper or cardstock. I do love that as well, but for the purposes of showing you, I wanted the best quality I could grab, so obviously a photo stock or a glossy stock will give you that. If you are printing on regular paper, there's absolutely no problem with that. I do that all the time. If I'm only printing in black and white, I'll do it with a laser so that I could either put it on watercolor stock and watercolor it that way, or I will just print it on a laser because black and white is sharper through a laser printer. But printing regular color on regular cardstock or regular printer paper is totally fine as well. Just up the settings on your computer or on your printer and it will just give you the best result that it can. Every printer is different, all the papers are different. But if you truly are after the best, most vibrant settings that you can get from your collage sheets, I would recommend a glossy stock and even better a glossy sticker paper. But it's totally up to you, and obviously whatever project you wish to do with your collage sheets. I wouldn't recommend printing it out on sticker paper if you wanted to color something in with pencils, because that's not going to work. But I think most people have figured out how collage sheets work for them and how they like to print them, so I'll just leave you with that. But that's the first one here. I'm obviously going to talk more about these when I do the journal with me, but love that. This is the second one, and I have never done this before, but this is a full page scan from my journal. Completely, like, as it is. I didn't add anything, I didn't take anything away. this is literally a page from my journal, so a very real part of my journal you can have now. A part of me thought, like, should I do that? Should I not do that? That's like a lot to put in there, but I had to, again, give myself the full experience. If I were to do this and this were my job, I would be putting the best things out there, the most interesting things, the things that I wanted to use all the time. So this is a reflection of that. I've got some other images down here. This is lots of color, love this. Some things that I've worked on that you've never really seen before, some things that you've seen a long time ago, some newer things, some older things. But yeah, just a complete mix of stuff that I can't wait to play with. So you'll see me play with some of those at the end of the week. Here is number 3. I am kind of obsessed with this Falling Alice, and it says, "Welcome to my rabbit hole," which was a page that I did, a big journal page that I was doing, just venting out some feelings. I really, really like her. Got lots of little heads on here that you can kind of interchange and mix and match. I love a good Frankensteining, so made sure that there was lots of stuff here that you could play with. A nice little house that says "Home Sweet Home." A little graphic. This is actually the original. This is a pencil sketch, not even the digital versions. But I like the pencil sketches better than most of the digital stuff. I do love using the digital stuff now if I've got a pencil sketch underneath, because then I still think it's a reflection of my actual hand doing it. You know, physically, but there's so many times where there's just like extra character from the lines that are left in the piece. Like this one here, I love her working lines, and I would never try to get rid of those if I wanted to keep that same feeling for me. So I really, really like these, and I think these are great for mixing and matching. This is collage sheet number 4, and I know it looks a little interesting. This actually coordinates with a lesson that I have planned for Playtest Patreon. It is not coming up in the very near future, but I thought I'd just give this to you now because I have other plans for Digital Download Day, and this didn't quite fit the other plans. So I could have probably just given it to you on the actual day, but it is super fun and I just want to play with it. Obviously, I think you can see the concept that we're working with in that lesson. This is actually a lesson that I was preparing for an online course that I kind of got sidetracked away from with all my other work. So this will be one of those guinea pig lessons for an online workshop that I have planned, and I can't wait to share this with you because it is super fun and super random, but a really good way to kickstart some of that imagination. And the last collage sheet is number 5, and it is a Playtest Patreon calendar / tracker. I know so many people, including myself now, really love to plan. Never thought the day would come when I would say that out loud, but I really do enjoy planning now. So I've got lists on lists on lists, and I just decided to give you a tracker just so you can see there's little boxes here that you can check off as I've done it. So you can already check off the welcome video, you can check off the digital downloads. Tomorrow the blog post will be out. This is not going to tell you exactly what the video is, but it'll just say, you know, this day you can expect a video, this day's a podcast, this day's blog number 2. So just to follow along with the experience, you can put this in your planner, you can stick it on your wall. I've left it black and white because I thought it'd be really fun to color coordinate with whatever planner style you enjoy. I know we like to change that up all the time. I know I certainly do. But I printed this on regular printer paper here, and I've already started coloring mine here. This is also great to cut out for another piece of collage element, another piece of ephemera if you want. I know they're only half, so you might want to stick them on the edge of the page, or you could draw the rest of the face. I don't really mind what you do. But yeah, I thought this would be really fun to color in and track and just follow the experience in my planner, because as much as I love my journal, I also really love my planner now. Journal, like I have one. I have like billions of journals at this point. But this is a download I will hand out to all the reward tiers, just because I feel like some people might want to know when certain things are coming up, and the satisfaction of checking those things off. So we have all 5 collage sheets ready to go, ready for you to download down below. Like I said, this was a really interesting experience for me to put these together, to make sure that I was still doing everything that I was supposed to do for Patreon, and not because there's, you know, a set rule or anything, but to make sure that I was having the full experience for myself, so that all my opinions are based in 100% knowledge that I did everything I thought I was supposed to do. So 5 is probably way more than I would ever do again, just because I do have an Etsy store where I have a lot of collage sheets. None of these collage sheets will go up into Etsy in their entirety, but I possibly will take a few things from this one and a few things from this one for a future collage sheet, if I decide to do that. Collage sheets on Etsy are also not one of those things that I put out regularly, because I do just wait to be inspired to have a sheet for myself, and then I'll put it out there. So generally I won't, it's not like every month I have a new collage sheet. It's whenever I feel like I want one. And then I put it together, and then I will list that as well. So I will possibly take a few things from these, but for the most part, a lot of these, obviously this will stay Patreon exclusive. This will stay Patreon exclusive as far as collage sheet goes, but the idea will be something that I revisit again in an online workshop if I choose to go forward with that. Some of these elements will be reused again. Some of these elements might be reused again, and some of the, well, I mean, this you're going to see in another project, and you'll actually see me creating that from start to finish, and it's a part of a massive project that I think you're really going to enjoy. So I'll talk more about all of these and where they came from, and possibly show you some of the source images in my journals, in my Journal With Me video on Friday. I need to check the tracker now. Friday. Friday is the video. So that will be the Journal With Me, where I play with a lot of this stuff and share some of my tips for working with collage, share some of my ideas for some of these things. Like, I really want to make a pocket out of this in the corner of my journal page. If you want to beat me to it, I'd love to see how it works out. Other than that, please join us tonight. I know this is not going to be relevant if you don't watch this today, but please join Ali and I tonight on Instagram Live. We're having a live stream together. I have never done anything live before. I'm kind of nervous because I'm terrible unfiltered, but I will be on my best behavior tonight anyway. We'll be doing just some creative play. We're just gonna have a bit of a chat and a bit of a hangout. I don't really know how Instagram Live works. I don't even know if I'll be able to keep up with comments and creating at the same time, but it should be fun either way. And I really love Ali, so, and I know a lot of you here are also patrons of Ali, so I think it'd be a really great thing for us to get together and hang out tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, or 8 p.m. Central. So that's when we'll be both around and just playing, possibly an hour, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'm not quite sure. Honestly, I literally have never live streamed anything before. So it's much of a an experience for me as it is for you. For now, please enjoy your collage sheets. I can't wait to see what you come up with. You have brilliant minds. I've seen it. I've seen evidence of it. I see evidence of it every day. So I know that there's some things in here that you're going to do really wonderful things with. I cannot wait to see what you do. Please share on the Facebook group. Please share on your Instagram. Please overshare everywhere you can. And if you want other patrons to find your work, just hashtag #PlayTestPatreon. Otherwise, feel free to do whatever you like with them. I feel like this goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. All of the elements on the collage sheet are for personal use only, so no kind of commercial mass reproduction or anything. But I don't think we'll have any issues with that. If you want to have a chat with me about usage options, you're more than welcome to send me an email, send me a message, send me an Etsy conversation, and I can let you know more information about that. But I just think everyone's here to play with these, so I will let you go and do that, and catch me on Friday. Catch me outside. How about that? Catch me on Friday for a Journal With Me where I go through most of these, hopefully all of them. My goal would be to get every single one of these used and in a journal somehow, but that's a little ambitious. I don't know. I'll see you on Friday, or I'll see you tonight at the live stream. Thanks for watching. Bye.